You're watching NGTV News. I am Mojisola Shulaja saying good evening and welcome. FEC okays 26.7 billion naira contract for digital switchover communication. Senate urges deployment of drones in tackling insecurity. Trade Union Congress cautions on fuel price increase. World Health Organization affirms effectiveness of AstraZeneca for COVID-19. Unity is strength. When there is teamwork and collaboration, wonderful things can be achieved.
And on sport news tonight, Nigeria's football family mourns ex-international Issa Shufulue. I'll be back to keep you abreast of more happenings from the world of sports. My name is Moses or Jewumi. Stay with us.
In continuation of the ongoing registration and revalidation exercise of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Ogun State Deputy Governor Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele has urged party faithful to shun violence and embrace peace. Engineer Noimot Salako Oyedele who stated this after revalidating a membership and flagging off at the GRA Ota Ward 3 polling unit in Ado-Ota local government, told party members to shun all acts that will bring disorderliness and affect the smooth running of the exercise. The deputy governor added that the responsibility of party members is to mobilize as many people as possible for the exercise, noting that politics is a game of numbers and not a social club.
We have people who have joined the party in numbers since we came into government, from other parties, from PDP, from APM, and from ADC. They now have the opportunity to validate that joining of our great party and becoming part of us.
Also speaking, the chairman of the State Membership Registration Committee, Honorable Adimori Kuye, said the exercise was critical towards repositioning the party, urging party loyalists to key into the initiative as well as cooperate with the committee. He added that being a registered party member would open doors of opportunities, especially when it comes to appointment and other benefits. Special Advisor to Ogun State Governor on Technical Education, Professor Joseph Odemwiwa, has said that for the country to achieve economic revolution and meet up to world economic standard and practices, it needs to standardize its technical education. Odemwiwa stated this while on a courtesy call to the chairman and chief executive of Coleman Wires and Cables, Ashiwaju of Remoland, Dr. Solomon Kaode Onofowoko in Shagamu, Ogun State. He said a cross-link between industry and technical institutions was the key to developing youth in industrial skills, noting that it will also encourage them to have relevant interest in entrepreneurship and contribute economically to the society. Odemwiwa appreciated Ashiwaju Kaode Onofowoko for his previous numerous philanthropic gesture towards the development of education in the state, while seeking further collaboration with his numerous companies for the upgrading of technical and vocational education in order to make industrial sectors employable for the youth in the society.
You might have gone to university to study, you must be skilled, be able to do something. If we just throw to the background the role of artisans in the society, then we are saying we don't want our industries to grow. Because when we need to repair, we need to maintain, we need to assemble. And that is exactly what came to my mind when I was thinking of the philanthropists, the industrialists that we should relate with. And we look at the system of training our technicians and artisans and technologists today is somehow odd, because there is too much of a neglect, a disjustment between the industry and the school. What our students are being taught now are not what is being done in the industry. So we think the industries are our consumers. We want to relate with them so that it's going to be 30% in the classroom, 70% in the relevant industry.
In his address, Asiwaju Kaode Onofowokan hailed the Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration for his interest in technical and vocational education. He also encouraged the state government to retrain the current graduates in the vocational education for relevant skills to get them off job hunting, saying it will build them for a greater future. He promised the state that his company will train more graduates on mechanical and electrical aspects of vocation in the state. Regular empowerment of youth and women in the society will no doubt play a great role in creating jobs as well as eradicating poverty. This is the main reason Demola Awosanya Foundation, in conjunction with Shagamu local government, is collaborating with Ogun Speed Up Initiative program to empower over 2,000 youth in Shagamu local government area of the state. The event took place at the main hall of Akaribus Palace in Shagamu.
Over 2,000 graduates from the Speed Up Ogun Mega Training Program, put together by Demola Awosanya Foundation in conjunction with Shagamu local government in a bid to further empower women and youths in the society. The chairman, Shagamu local government, Honorable Benga Banjo, applauded the youths for turning out en masse for the program, saying they have acquired skills that will forever be profitable for their individual upkeep. Special advisor to the Ogun State Governor on Youth Empowerment and Employment Generation, Mr. Lekon Olude, a member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Oriyomi Ononuga, who is also the Chairman House Committee on Women Affairs and Social Development, and other personalities who graced the occasion, appreciated the efforts of the facilitators, saying it will go a long way in eradicating poverty in the state.
Very, very fantastic program. I've been pleasantly surprised by, the quality of the students, the training that has been done. And I can hear the testimonials from the students, talking about what they've learned over the past 2 weeks.
For her to actually come on board and then take this kind of approach to empowering a lot of people, not only women, she has empowered some young men as well. I'm not surprised, but I'm highly impressed.
The facilitator of the program, Mrs. Ronke Shoyombo, who is also special advisor to the Ogun State Governor on primary and secondary education, said the program was in honor of his late father, Pa Demola Awosanya, a notable politician who was the first executive chairman of Shagamu local government.
The motive is to empower our youth, because there's no doubt about it that if they don't get empowered, if they are jobless, they'll be thinking of going into wrong things. And to me, that's not what we're supposed to be doing as a state. But you will see that His Excellency Governor Dapo Abiodun has actually opened up and given us enabling environment with Speed Up Ogun.
Some of the beneficiaries said they will take full advantage of what they have learned in the course of the training to better their lives. The beneficiaries had free training session on cake baking, decorations, bridal makeup, production of air fascinators, among others. Benga Adekoya, OGTV News.
In line with the federal government's national mass metering program, the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company has commenced the distribution of free prepaid meters to its registered customers across Ogun State. The head metering department of the organization also said 140,000 registered customers will benefit from the zero phase of the intervention. Yusuf Ganu witnessed the flag-off ceremony held at Ifesowako area in Itesi, Ota. His reports.
The federal government's national mass metering program is an intervention to further bridge the country's metering gap and cushion the effect of the service reflective tariff on electricity consumers in Nigeria. It is against this backdrop that the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company launched the intervention at Ifesowakpo area in Pegamont Estate, Ikeshi, Ota. While speaking to journalists, the Air Metering Department of Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company, Engineer Adewale Obajemu, disclosed that the intervention will further strengthen the local meter value chain by increasing local meter manufacturing, assembly and deployment capacity in support of Nigeria's economic recovery plan.
Free meter initiative of federal government to give free meter to all the registered customer of IBDC within the franchise. We are launching the one of Ogun State from this Songo Ota. We are saying bye-bye to estimated billing. We are saying bye-bye to dispute in meter payment. We are saying bye-bye to all the inaccuracies that people are complaining about. So as from today on, we are flagging off the distribution of free meter to everybody.
Engineer Obajemu also said the zero phase is tagged to 140,000 registered customers across the length and breadth of the state, while urging them to desist from bypassing meters.
350,000 customers in Ogun, but it's not all the 350 that are not without meters. A good number of them, a good percentage of them are metered, and they are paying very well. Although we still have some people that are bypassing the meter, but we are still using this opportunity. Please, we beg you in the name of God, don't tamper with this meter. Don't bypass the meter. If you want to be serviced well, don't steal the product.
One of the stakeholders in the franchise wing of Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company said part of the objectives include elimination of arbitrary estimated billing network, monitoring capability, and provision of data for market administration.
It is a good initiative by the federal government. This is about the first time that we're having this kind of intervention in the sector. We are really elated about it. All hands are on deck to ensure that this initiative works as planned.
Mr. Emmanuel Daudo from Ifesowakpo area appreciated the federal government for the intervention.
With the development in our community today, we are so elated because we never expected this to come so soon, because definitely we know one day every houses will be metered.
Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company stated its commitment ensuring efficient service delivery to all its customers. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
The Ogun State Police Command has described as mischievous a viral video claiming that the house of Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka at Kenta Housing Estate was attacked by Fulani herdsmen. In a statement by the police public relations officer, DSP Abimbola Oyeyemi, the video is a calculated attempt to cause panic in the minds of the people. The command affirms there is no iota of truth in the story, adding that its commissioner, Edward Awolowo Ajogun, has been to Professor Wole Soyinka's house and found out the news was false. The statement stressed that Professor Wole Soyinka only sent away a Fulani man who was searching for his stray cow around his house. The matter later got to the divisional police officer, Kenta Division, who promptly took it up and profiled the Fulani man in question. The command therefore warns fake news peddlers to desist from such act or they face the full wrath of the law. And still to come, Federal Executive Council okays 26.7 billion naira contract on communication, water and information ministries. News and reports after this short break. You're still watching OGTV News. The Federal Executive Council has approved the establishment of the National ICT Port in Abuja, the nation's capital. The Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Dr. Isa Ali Pantami, disclosed this while briefing journalists after the council's meeting. It was reported that the council also approved the national policy on aging. Presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari, the meeting was the fourth for the year 2021 and 33rd to be held virtually since the outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic 11 months ago. Efforts at enhancing job creation for sustainable future of the country to different corners as the council approved the establishment of the National ICT Park in Abuja, first of its kind in Abuja. The park, expected to go 8.9 billion naira, will be a center where technology will be developed and incubated.
Is to be a center where all other public and private ICT hubs and centers are going to be coordinated by the federal government of Nigeria, where we identify our young innovators with crazy and disruptive ideas. We mentor them. Government will provide the necessary support they need. We provide the enabling environment for them to come and utilize, and if they come up with any startup, they can be supported by the federal government of Nigeria.
Well, a new national policy on aging has been approved by the council for a memo to that effect by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadiya Farouk.
Older persons are guaranteed security, independence, participation, comprehensive care, self-fulfillment, and dignity. The policy covers the sector spectrum of issues and opportunities for older persons in Nigeria, older women and men in urban and rural areas, older persons living with disabilities, contributing to the progress of families, communities, and the larger society.
Water Resources Minister Sulaiman Adamu's memo for the construction of Damaturu Water Supply Project in Yobe State was also approved.
Critical needs of these localities within Yobe State. You know, these are areas that were affected by the Boko Haram insurgency several years ago, and therefore we need to support their water supply needs. And of course, you know, this is a very high Sahelian region where surface water is even difficult to come by.
8.43 billion naira is to be expended on what the Minister Sulaiman Adamu called solar-based project covering 3 major cities of Mala Matari, Gufokalam and Susuma in Yobe State. President Muhammadu Buhari has directed the Ministries of Transportation and Finance to conclude financial arrangements with appropriate co-financiers that will partner with the federal government for construction of the West-East Coastal Rail Line from Lagos to Calabar, linking some major cities in Southeast and South-South. Speaking at the virtual groundbreaking ceremony for the Kano-Katsina GBM Maradi Rail Line, the President said the West-East Coastal Rail Line will connect Onitsha, Benin, Warri, Yenogwa, Port Harcourt, Aba, and Oyo. The Minister of Transportation said the feasibility study for the Kano-Maradi Railway started in 2012 and was concluded by 2015, thanking the President for support and regular intervention. The Senate has begun the screening of the newly appointed Chief of Defense Staff and Service Chiefs, forwarded to it by President Muhammadu Buhari for screening and subsequent confirmation. Consequently, the Senate on Wednesday referred the names of the newly appointed service chiefs to its Joint Committee on Defense, Army, Air Force, and Navy to commence the screening exercise and report back to the Senate at plenary for other legislative actions. The President of the Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, after the executive communication as presented by the Senate leader, Senator Yahya Abdullahi, All Progressives Congress, Kebbi North, then referred the names to the Joint Senate Committee. The new service chiefs to be screened are Major General Lucky Irabo, Major General Ibrahim Atahiru, Rear Admiral Awal Gambo, and Air Vice Marshal Isaka Amau as Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, and Chief of Air Staff, respectively. Also referred was the President's request for the confirmation of retired General Abayomi Olonishaki, Lieutenant General Tukubu Ratai, retired Vice Admiral Ibo Ekwe Ibas, retired Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, and retired Air Vice Marshal Muhammad S. Usman as non-career ambassadorial nominees to the Senator Adamu Bulka Jua APC Bauchi North-led Committee on Foreign Affairs. Senator Lawan, while referring the nomination of Barrister Victor Chinemerem Murako for appointment as Chairman, Fiscal Responsibility Commission to the Committee on Finance, also referred the nomination of Larry Obina Chukwu as Commissioner for the Nigerian Law Reform to the Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters. The committees were all given 2 weeks to report back to the Senate. The Senate on Wednesday asked security agencies in the country to deploy drones and helicopters in forest and other ungoverned spaces to identify illegal camps of armed bandits and crush the criminals. Senate President Ahmed Lawan made this known during plenary while reading the resolution of the upper chamber regarding the insecurity situation in the country. The Senate also asked state governors to implement the National Livestock Transformation Plan in order to prevent farmer-herders conflicts in the country. The Southwest region especially has been in the eye of the storm of late over the activities of killer herdsmen who rape, kidnap, and destroy farmlands with their cattle. Senate on Wednesday confirmed the nomination of Ahmed Lawan Kuru for appointment as the Managing Director of the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria, AMCOM. The upper chamber also approved the reappointment of Ebere Chukwu Uneze and Aminu Ismail as Executive Directors of AMCOM. The approval of the Senate followed the presentation of the report of the Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance, and Other Financial Institutions by its chairman, Senator Ubasani, Kaduna Central, during plenary. Sani, in his presentation, said that the nominees were found to have performed their roles creditably well during screening. He therefore recommended that the nominees be confirmed for reappointment. Senators approved the recommendations of the committee when they were put to voice vote by the Senate President, Ahmed Lawan. Lawan, in his remarks, noted that the nominees had performed and urged them to perform better during this, their last and final tenure. In a similar vein, the upper chamber also approved the nomination of Bello Hassan and Mustafa Muhammad Ibrahim for appointment as the Managing Director and Executive Director, respectively, of the Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC. This followed the report of the Chairman, Senate Committee on Banking, Insurance, and Other Financial Institutions, Senator Ubasani. Senator Sani, in his report, recommended that the two nominees be confirmed for appointment for the respective offices by the Senate based on their performance at the screening session. Senators approved that the nominees be confirmed for appointment when Senate President Ahmed Lawan put the recommendations in the report to voice vote. Also on Wednesday, the Senate President Lawan referred President Muhammadu Buhari's request for the appointment of new service chiefs and that of ex-service chiefs for appointment as envoys to the relevant committees for screening. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, on Wednesday urged his colleagues to help strip restrictive regulatory activities. Gbajabiamila opined that the country cannot deny young people the opportunity to open new frontiers. This is coming on the heels of the recent ban by the Central Bank of Nigeria on cryptocurrencies. Gbajabiamila, in his welcome back address, said the House will focus on stripping away such restrictive regulations. Also, he urged his colleagues to stop the proliferation of institutions and ministries, departments, and agencies, noting that lawmakers are fond of sponsoring bills to establish institutions and agencies as a means of creating employment. According to him, the country is struggling with meeting its financial obligations due to the increment in recurrent expenditures. The House has now adjourned to the 16th of February as part of new measures against COVID-19. The Trade Union Congress, TUC, has warned against any move by government to increase the fuel price. The TUC, in a statement by its president, Quadri Olaleye, said organized labor is trying to seriously avert a major industrial crisis. He, however, said Nigerian workers have tightened their belts so hard to the extent that they are finding it difficult to breathe, but government seems not to care. He said the TUC is shocked over the recent statement credited to the Minister of Petroleum on the recent rise in the price of crude in the international market. He added that Nigeria is among the 6 oil-producing countries in the world, and Nigeria's oil is one of the best, giving her an edge over others. Unfortunately, the government has not taken advantage of that. The World Health Organization on Wednesday advised the consumption of immunity-boosting foods, fruits, and vegetables as a safeguard against COVID-19. Hajia Fatima Mustafa, the risk communicator, community engagement, and focal person of WHO, made the call during a sensitization workshop on COVID-19 in Ilorin. She said that consumption of fruits and vegetables boosts immunity against COVID-19 and other infections. The WHO representative also advised people to maintain social distancing and refrain from mingling in crowds to stave off COVID-19. Mustafa said there was the need to get tested and stressed that establishing one's health status will go a long way in getting early treatment. She also appealed to the media to assist healthcare providers in sensitizing the masses on the dangers of COVID-19. The Iyalode of Yoruba land, Chief Alaba Lawson, has been described as an epitome of womanhood, a leader and exceptional role model who has paved the way for women the country all over to thrive. This was revealed by the Ogun State government officials and stakeholders who witnessed a concert in her honor as part of her 70th birthday anniversary celebration. Adebola Oshomoji was at the June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto, Abeokuta, venue of the event. Her report.
Possessing the capacity of another phase of life, with a new sense of purpose through the wisdom and experiences earned in the previous years, the Iyalode of Yoruba land, Chief Mrs. Alaba Lawson, has deemed it fit to further celebrate her 70th birthday as a way of giving the pupils of Alaba Lawson Group of Schools a platform to display their multi-talent in various fields. It was a show of exhibition of talent by pupils who are grateful to God for sparing the life of their proprietress.
When I discovered that this own, having all the programs they have in mind, because they have practiced for so many weeks, months, coming to school, leaving their parents, and even the parents were bringing them even during those COVID time. So I think the best thing is to have another day, not far away from the birthday, and then to celebrate them.
At the event, the Ogun State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Abayomi Arigbabu, appreciated the celebrant for her contributions to the development of education in the state and implored her not to relent.
On this note, I want to also congratulate the children for being able to showcase what they have spent sleepless nights to put together to honor our mom.
Also speaking, the State Commissioner for Industry, Trade and Investment, Mrs. Kikelomo Longe, said the celebrant's contributions to the growth and development of commerce in the state in the last 3 decades cannot be forgotten.
Fortunately, she has institutionalized her schools, so they can run even without her. So she should continue to empower her team, encourage them to give the children of their best, because you're building a future generation.
As a demonstration of her passion for academic excellence, a book was written in digging into her family history. The event featured presentation of gifts by well-wishers. In the heart of many, Iyalode Alaba Losin has demonstrated herself as a beacon of hope, educationist, philanthropist, industrialist, and a tower of strength for womanhood. Adebola Oshomuji, OGTV News.
The Nigeria Police Ogun State Command has decorated newly promoted officers with the new ranks. The decoration took place at the Police Officers' Mess, Ibara, Abeokuta. Olajumoke Oladipupo reports.
The Nigerian Police Force Ogun State Command has decorated some newly promoted officers at the Officers' Mess, Ibara, Abeokuta. In his address, the Commissioner of Police Ogun State Command, Edward Ajogun, congratulated the newly promoted officers and admonished them to be good ambassadors in their service to the public, and also join hands with other security agencies to rid the state of criminal activities.
One of the most happy people on earth, and that it is my joy to decorate those of you who have benefited from this promotion. Make sure that you always carry other stakeholders along. And who are the stakeholders? Stakeholders are other security agencies.
A total number of 100 officers were promoted, which include 1 ACP, 1 CSP, 23 SPs, 22 DSPs, 20 ASP1, and 33 ASP2.
That's the newly promoted Assistant Commissioner of Police, Agola.
The Special Advisor to the Governor on Security, Olushola Subar, and the Commissioner of Police, Edward Ajogun, appreciated the IGP for promoting
of service, acknowledgement of dedication, acknowledgement of, but it means also that they have to do more. That is what it connotes.
Promotion into higher responsibilities requires more effort, in short, greater effort from the beneficiary of such promotion.
The newly decorated officers appreciate and assured their unwavering service to the nation.
I'm very, very happy for what God has done. It is Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in our sights. I'm promising Nigerian police that I will continue to fight crime, to deliver quality service to the members of the public.
Olajumoke Oladipupo, OGTV News.
Now, sexual assault is an act in which a person intentionally sexually touches an opposite sex without that person's consent. Crimes involving sexual violence often lead to long-term negative consequences for the victim. In this special report, Margaret Okunlola takes a look at the causes and effect of sexual assault in the society and the way out. Her report is presented in this package.
Sexual assault occurs worldwide and is particularly pervasive in developing world. It can occur in any relationship, ranging from friends, co-workers, and within the family. According to respondents who spoke with OGTV News, sexual assault covers a wide range of unwanted sexual behavior, like any unwanted or coerced sexual contact, rape, incest, emotional or verbal harassment.
Assault in law means to have a contact with someone without her permission. Simple. Some hit, some beat, some even tie to the bed and the likes. We have rape as well. But whatever it is in any form, what is bad is bad.
Sexually touching somebody else without a person's consent. And it is in various ways. We have rape, we have child sexual abuse, grouping, torturing somebody in a sexual manner.
They stress that the menace needs to be curbed as it takes a serious negative toll on the victims psychologically, emotionally, and mentally.
Of course, this person that has been assaulted can be prone to things like depression, it can be prone to anxiety disorders, it can be prone to PTSD, that's what we call post-traumatic stress disorder.
Emotional isolation, powerlessness, you know, the lady in question will be confused to the extent that she will lack confidence in everybody, even in herself.
They therefore urged all to desist from such inhumane act, as it is a serious offense punishable under the law.
We have people going to jail for this crime. We have the sex offenders register being established, but we know we still have a long way to go.
So it is 2 years for indecent assault and life imprisonment for rape.
What are the ways to curb the menace in the society?
The issue of sexual education will also be helpful when we talk about sexual assault. But even up to tertiary institution, I will sincerely advocate for sexual education because it corrects a lot of things sexually. The role of counseling is very, very important.
Everyone has a responsibility. That's the way it can be controlled. Men ask for consent before you go into it. Women, take care of yourself, protect yourself. Men, protect the women. And my advice for any victim of sexual assault is to speak up.
They called on individuals and corporate organizations to support government in its efforts at eradicating sexual assault in the society. Margaret Okunlola, OGTV News.
A federal high court in Lagos will on February 22 rule on an application by Emirates Airlines seeking to stay execution of $1.623 million and 50 million naira judgment debt owed to a businessman, RG Prince Ikem. Justice Muslim Hassan fixed the date after the airline's counsel, Professor Awal Kalu, a senior advocate of Nigeria, moved an application seeking to stay execution of the judgment pending appeal. Ikem's counsel, Sir Chris Ekemeze, approached the court to order the judgment debtor to deposit the $1.623 million and 50 million naira in an interest-yielding account. The court's deputy chief registrar, Ekemeze, contended that the airline, a judgment debtor, could not continue to hold on to the sum and were enjoying the benefits thereof while the appeal is pending. On January 11, the court ordered Emirates Airlines to pay Ikem $1.36 million, being the amount contained in his hand luggage, which went missing in the airline's custody during a 2007 China trip. Justice Hassan also ordered the airline to pay Ikem 50 million naira as damages for the untold hardship and loss of earnings is suffered by the deprivation of use of his money from 2007 till date. The Nigerian Army has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Center for Peace and Strategic Studies, University of Ilorin, and Martin Luther Agwai International Leadership and Peacekeeping Center to boost intellectual capacity and research development of Nigeria Army personnel. The Chief of Army Staff, Major General Ibrahim Atahiru, said the partnership was geared towards coordination of research programs, promote seminars, academic interactive sessions, and other professional development activities, as well as capacity building. The Chief of Army Staff, who was represented by the Deputy Director, Policy and Plans, Major General Tsaritimiye Gagariga, said the partnership will also boost curriculum and reputation of the two institutions in the aspect of leadership training, peace and security development, as well as conflict resolution and meditation.
The importance of this partnership cannot be downplayed, as the parties have mutually agreed to facilitate and coordinate research projects. Additionally, the two institutions have agreed to promote the organization of seminars, academic interactive sessions, and other professional development activities, including joint training and human capacity building, as well as development of curriculum on executive courses in peacekeeping. The partnership will therefore lead to the issuance of a certificate in Masters in Peace and Security Studies or Masters in Peace and Strategic Studies, amongst others. On the whole, the Memorandum of Understanding will promote cordial relationships, thus influencing the Nigerian Army civil-military coordination activities, as well as Nigerian relationships with the University of Ilorin in academic matters, researches, and other areas of mutual benefit.
Vice-Chancellor of University of Ilorin, Professor Sulaiman Abdul Karim, expressed optimism that the global aspect of the collaboration will place the country on a high pedestal where researchers and officials attain greater heights.
We catapult the university into a different level that will let our researchers and officers running the unit be able to attain greater heights.
Nigeria-China trade volume hit $19.27 billion. These and some business news will come up on business segments of the news in a short while.